Welcome back, everybody. We're pulling cards today for November the 5th. I'm going to be pulling one card for each sign. So if you know your sun, moon, and rising sign, you can get some juice from this video, even though it's really short. If you know your other planetary placements, you can actually get quite a bit of information about what your day might look like. So let's just jump in. I feel like we're already done shuffling. Let's see what comes up for Aries. Okay, get out of the glare. Aries, what you have showing up here is the King of Wands in reverse. What's going on here with the King of Wands in reverse? Hmm. Aries, I feel like you could find yourself today being even more controlling than usual, or trying to be even more controlling than usual. I guess it depends on, how receptive the people around you are to you being more controlling. And I think that some of the reason that you are finding yourself with that temptation to be even more controlling than usual, um, has to do with some insecurities that have been triggered in you. And this is kind of deep, and I'm really not trying to offend anybody. I'm just trying to speak the way it is. You guys know that you're natural leaders, but I think there's been some kind of insecurity that's been triggered in you, and I think that you're feeling like if you can control certain situations, then you can make sure whatever it is you're feeling insecure about doesn't actually come to be or doesn't happen again, whatever the case may be for you. So you want to really take some time to take a look at that and do some inner work and see, is this really a logical, reasonable, rational way to handle this situation? Rational, did I say? Rational is what I mean. Or is there a better way for you to come at this situation? All right. Excuse me. Next up, let's look at Taurus. Taurus, here's another king in reverse right off the bat. Two kings in reverse. We've got some shadow work to do today, people. We've got some shadow work. Okay, so King of Swords showing up in reverse, Taurus. This can be that you're feeling really impatient about something, and this can be that you're finding that it's really tempting because you know that if you tell something that is not true or let an illusion slide and not correct it, that you're much more likely to get something that you want today. And so I think the temptation today is going to be less than honest, because that's going to get you the outcome that you would want in a more sure fashion than really actually telling the truth. So, just like Aries, we have to do some shadow work to those of us who have Taurus placements and make sure that we're really operating in our full integrity, true to ourselves. Because when we start to let illusions slide or not be honest with others around us, then that shoots our integrity full of holes, and really leads to us ending up, if we continue the trend, not knowing who we are. So we want to be aware of what we're doing there and be aware of how that impacts our own self. I mean, there's probably a lot of readers who would say, well, that's not very nice for you to do to somebody else. Well, true, it's not, but that's kind of obvious. What's not so obvious is that it's not really nice to ourselves to walk away from our own authentic integrity. It's not conducive to good mental and emotional health for ourselves even, much less anybody else. All right, let's move on to Gemini. Gemini. All right, Geminis, this is very cool. This talks about the idea that you are manifesting the things that you want to manifest, and that you're doing that in a very open and receptive way, working along with the universe and letting the universe bring to you those things that you would like to have in your life, those things that you consider to be beautiful or valuable. This is a card that is influenced by the planet Venus. Also, just want to point out, some of you could be actually having babies. Some of you could be launching a new business. And this is a really great time if you're trying to have a baby. This is in general going to be a good time for conception. So good time for conception of a physical baby, also a good time for conception of a new business idea or a new business itself. So you could be, like I said, bringing a business out to the public, launching a business, or you could be just coming up with the idea for a new business that you end up launching in the future. Very fertile time in a lot of different ways. Um, so lots of different ways that that can manifest. You want to be open to the idea of what is it that you are producing or creating or beginning today, because that's really what this card is all about. Okay, next up we're looking at Cancer. Cancers, you guys have the Two of Cups showing up in reverse. This is telling me that there's something or somebody in your life that you used to really enjoy spending time with or interacting with. And today, you could take it or leave it. It's not really got the same draw that it used to have. Okay, so that's for the first four signs. Next up is Leo. Leos, we see you guys with the Queen of Wands upright. I think it wasn't that long ago you had the Queen of Wands reversed, so I'm happy to see Queen of Wands upright. This just tells me that you're operating fully in your own mojo today. You guys generally are very positive, very outgoing. You like to make people around you laugh and be happy. And I think that you're just operating in your normal, creative, thinking outside the box, walking to a different drummer than everybody else, happy-go-lucky. You've just got your mojo is going. Very cool today. We like that. We like it a lot. You're being your full self, or yourself to your full potential, however you want to word that. Okay, Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. What do we have for you guys? Seven of Wands. Holding your own. Holding your own, and in fact making great progress today is what I feel like for you guys. A lot of times this has to do with setting up boundaries between yourself and others. I won't take that off the table. That could be happening for some of you, but I feel like for most of you what this is about is making some forward progress on something that is important to you. Woo, woo, we like it. We like it a lot. Libra. Eight of Cups in reverse. Eight of Cups in reverse tells me that there's a situation in your life that you did walk away from in the past, and you walked away from it because you felt like it was depleting you. You were putting in much more energy than what you were getting back. It was not a reciprocal situation, and I can only hope that you're walking back now because you're expecting that this will be a more reciprocal situation this time around. Good luck to you. I hope that works out well for you. Scorpios. Eight of Pentacles. We're getting some work done. Work is getting accomplished today. Whoop, whoop. I like that. I don't know about you guys, but I like that. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, King of Pentacles showing up in reverse. What's going on here? King of Pentacles in reverse. Sagittarius, I think what's going on here is you're being very supportive to somebody in your sphere of influence, possibly financially, very likely financially. But Pentacles isn't always about money. Sometimes it's about energy too. And I think that you're being so supportive to this other person that you're sort of forgetting about making sure that you have enough for you, which is not like you guys. Like, you guys don't mind sharing some of the plenty that you have, but normally you're very level-headed and logical and rational, and you still make sure that you've got enough for you. I think that this is a little bit of an unusual situation here, Sagittarius. Just because that King of Pentacles is normally very well grounded, very solid, very sturdy. You know, they're thinking things through. They're moving very slowly. I feel like there's more of that Sagittarius impulsive, over the top generosity, and then I think that after you've had that kind of generosity where you're supporting and helping others, I think you start to realize, well, wait a second. Ooh, how am I going to pay my mortgage? So also, I'm going to tell you, I don't think it's anything really to worry about when this comes up because, and I'm not just trying to give you like free-for-all permission to give as much as you want to give away, but I feel like you guys are pretty good at manifesting more. So I think that you'll have this covered quickly, but I do think you're going to be giving away more than you realized or more than you planned to. And it's going to be a little bit of a type of moment whenever you realize what you've got left. Okay, so that's Sagittarius. Next up, let's look at Aquarius. This is, we're going to look at Aquarius, but that's going to be in a minute because that's out of order. We're going to look at Capricorn first because it's Capricorn's turn. And yes, that is, we're not going to worry. This is not Capricorn's card. This is Aquarius's card because that's what I said when I pulled it out. Okay, so for whatever reason we had a card out of order, Spirit just fixed it by doing that. So Capricorns, Knight of Wands in reverse. Capricorns, I feel like this is somebody that you're interacting with today, and this is someone that I think you would like to make some kind of plans with, and they're being very elusive or evasive about settling into those plans. It's really hard to get them nailed down on whatever those plans are. So when you've got a Knight of Wands in reverse, this is somebody who, you know, they're really gung-ho about something when it's new, but then when the new wears off, they're not so gung-ho. And they're also somebody who, when it comes to making plans, they like to make sure that they're not missing out on the best thing, the thing that they want to do the most. So they're really reluctant to actually commit to anything. The best way to get this person to do something or to, you know, if you have something you want them to participate in with you or to participate in at all, the best thing to do is call them like, I'm walking out the door in 20 minutes to do such and such. Do you want to come along? Because then likelihood of them getting a better offer within the next 20 minutes, they know that's probably not going to happen. And if this is the best offer that came along, this is what they're going to do. Okay. It's a little bit, I mean, it sounds a little bit cold. It's just the way they think. They don't want to be tied into doing something that is not the most happiness making thing that they could have going on. All right, now let's look at Capricorn. So Capricorn, your card showed up as the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles for me is payday. It looks a little bit different in this deck. I think that what's going on is you are having a payday. I think that whatever this payday is coming from something that you have just started with or that is still pretty young and not completely filled out and developed. So if you're just starting something on the side, you could be having a payday from something on the side. If you just started this job and maybe you're still in orientation or you're not, you know, taking on full responsibilities yet, this would be a payday from a job like that. To me, the Seven of Pentacles just looks like it is a full-on payday, but it also looks to me like there's a lot of room for growth and development here. So paydays from whatever this is later on down the road are going to be much bigger and much more filled out. Okay, but right now what you have is an early type of payday. It's kind of like the first crop that you get off of a tree that if you plant an orchard or if you plant a tree, you know, the first time that that tree blooms, which usually takes several years, but the first year that it blooms, usually the fruit on it is, you know, kind of small and maybe there's not that much. If you're lucky, maybe there's a lot, but either way, it still is not as developed as fruit from a mature tree. And so this is what this is making me think of, is that this fruit is, this payday is not as big as it's going to be after you get some time under your belt with whatever this is that's paying you today. Now, if you guys are in a situation where you're getting paid today by something that you've been nurturing for a long time, and this is the kind of payback or paycheck that you're getting from it, it might be a good time to consider finding something that's going to allow you to grow it more for your income. This might be like a wake-up call on that for some of you. All right, so that's for Aquarius. Next up, let's look at Pisces. So Pisces, you guys have the Magician showing up in reverse. For me, Pisces, this card right now, because every card has several different meanings, so I don't know how people who read the tarot without being psychic actually pull that off, because I don't think you could get an accurate reading that way. But that's an aside. Uh, this card to me today is saying that Pisces, you're out there doing the hustle. You're working hard. You're beating your head against the wall trying to reach some kind of goal or target that you have. The the problem is that um, you're out there doing the hustle, but you don't have your energy lined up. You're not energetically aligned with allowing the universe to help you and to bring you those leads that you need or those ideas that you need. You know, you're not doing this. This isn't inspired and it isn't fun, this hustle that you're doing. You're doing this because you think this is what you have to do to reach your goal. And so you're beating your head against the wall here because you've got the masculine half of your manifesting energy working hard, but the feminine half, the more receptive half, that half that is able to release things to the universe and allow them to come in and sort of get out of the way of them coming in, quit blocking them, that part still needs to be developed. And so with what you're doing today, you may want to sit down and sort of rethink. You might want to do sort of some pre-paving and set some expectations and hopes and let the universe know, okay, this would be great if this would happen today before you start off on all your push, push, push action, so that you guys are working on the same team. You and the universe are on the same team. That would be very beneficial for you today, because otherwise the temptation is just to do something that you just feel like you have to do or you should do, and that's only part of what you have to do whenever you're really manifesting something. Okay? So that's what I've got for everybody today. I do have a card that kind of wanted to show up, so I think I'm going to pull this as overall energy for everybody to combine with what we have. No, I don't want that card for overall energy. This just means we all have things coming to us, ideas coming to us about something that we need to do that we don't feel all that enthused about. So, could be like realizing, oh, I need to figure taxes. That's my favorite example for that card. Something that you just really don't want to do. Okay, so that's the day, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Remember to comment down below. I'm looking forward to working with some of you as individuals later on today, either on the phone, Skype, or Zoom. And the rest of you guys, I'll see back on the next video. Everyone have a fantastic day. Peace out.